Hi guys, and welcome to a review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, and I have to say, well done. Oh my god, this episode actually blew me away. Like, wow. Definitely one of Morgan's best episodes. Like, I'm just shocked, and man, I don't really blame people for hitting on, you know, the Walking Dead World Beyond, because, oh man, the show isn't really that great, but I don't think it deserves all the hate still, even after watching this incredible episode that felt like a Walking Dead episode. Oh my god. Just, oh my god. Perfectly crafted. Just wow. I'm so surprised. I actually have hopes for this season that I've actually changed the picture on my channel again, and I said I wasn't going to do it again, but I know I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Fear the Walking Dead now. Wow. This episode. So yeah, it basically continues off after, you know, Morgan gets shot by Virginia in the season 5 finale, and just a lot of the fans were just worried about him, if he was gonna get saved. But actually, someone does save him. We just don't know who, because they do leave a letter, which we'll talk about later. Yeah, he's basically left for dead, and even though he got help from this random stranger, he's still kind of in danger right now. Like, because we see him like hiding in a limousine, and Virginia's people are looking for him. It's like, in this episode, Morgan has a lot of close calls, because there's so many moments where I think, like, are they actually going to kill Morgan? And the title as well. Like, what's the title again? Like, what they had, you know, what there was, like, advertising with that title, I just can't remember what it says. I know it's something like The Old is Dead or something. Something like that. But yeah, by the end, like, Morgan, could you say, is not Morgan anymore, but we'll get to that soon anyway. So yeah, basically, Morgan's just on the road, trying to find out who this person was who saved him, but he's kind of barely hanging on. He did make a place for this person that saved him, if they ever, you know, come to him, but it gets to a point where it looks like Morgan's gonna die and just give up, but then this random character called Isaac, like, runs into him, and it's kind of funny how it happens. Do you guys remember that scene in season 1 when Dwayne, you know, hit Rick with a shovel because he thought he was a walker? I kind of got those vibes in Fear the Walking Dead season 6. Like, I definitely got those vibes. You know, when Isaac is killing them, you know, walkers, and then he thinks like Morgan's a walker, but then, you know, he wounds him. Yeah. It was like he was in Rick's position in that moment. But the only difference is that, you know, Morgan spent a long time in the apocalypse compared to Rick waking up in the apocalypse. So yeah, it felt like a nod in a way. I just kind of noticed it. I don't even know if they even meant it to be a nod, but it felt like that. Yeah. So yeah, Isaac, well, decides to save Morgan, but we don't, you know, find out the true reason until basically at the end. Ooh, yeah, the end. Man, it was epic. This was an epic episode. Like, it's just perfectly crafted. I even talked about the character that was first on the screen as well, like, who was hunting Morgan for the whole episode with this dog. Like, what was a great sniffer, like, being able to find Morgan so easily, like, wow. Damn. Which, yeah, I'm gonna need to talk about him, because, like, Morgan's trying to hide from him as well. And it just got to the point where it was like the Walkers was gonna get Morgan in the end, but in a way, like, the Walkers actually couldn't see Morgan, because Morgan's got to a point where he just smells so bad, like the Walkers can't even sense him really, unless, you know, Morgan trips and stuff, because Morgan's not really in a great state since he still has that bullet from Virginia inside of him. So yeah, I'm gonna talk more about the Isaac character, because man, I definitely got, you know, Eastman vibes when I was, you know, by the time you get to the end, like, just everything they did with this character, Isaac, man, I definitely got, you know, Eastman vibes. But man, Eastman is like one of the best one episode characters for a TV show ever. Like, because without Eastman, I don't even know where Morgan would be. Like, he probably would have still been in his clear mode, and then someone might have eventually, you know, took him out. He wouldn't have came to that all life is precious, situation. Yeah, like it got to a point where that became annoying. But if Morgan didn't go through that phase, he just wouldn't have come back to his normal self that he once was. Obviously, he has to be more of a survivor as well. But yeah, just like Morgan's journey, it probably would have ended if he never met Eastman, especially if he killed Eastman, because he tried to do that when he first met him. But yeah, just Isaac, like, he sees Morgan at his lowest right now. Like, he's just given up mostly. I think he was trying to still find that person, Morgan, like the one who actually saved him, which I guess we'll talk about who that possibly could be later on. But yeah, like this guy helped Morgan keep going, especially when we find out that Isaac's actually a part of he was a part of Virginia's community, but he didn't really like how Virginia did things. And then when he sees Morgan's tape, which, if you think about it, like, Morgan could have been dead if he never made those tapes and saved people, because I actually thought those tapes were like kind of a dumb idea that Al was doing, but it turned out to save Morgan's life after all. And who else knows who's seen it? Because it made these people leave the place. In a way, I'm not sure if it's a bad thing or a good thing, because at the end Isaac dies because he gets bit, given the full reason why he wanted Morgan's help. Because when Morgan found out that he was actually a part of Virginia's group, he wasn't sure if he should still trust him, but because he did know a lot of things, I was starting to get suspicious, especially when he knew the main antagonist's name. Like, at that point I was like, come on, you're definitely a part of something to do with Virginia. And then he revealed it, so I definitely got Dwight vibes with him leaving the place, but I guess he was better than Dwight, and with the situation that he was in, like, yeah, he didn't really have much of a choice of what he could do, because we find out that he was actually bit, by a walker earlier on. The thing is, he didn't even look that sick for the whole episode. Like, it didn't look like he was getting sick. That's the only thing. Yeah. Like, near the end, when it got to night time, he should have looked like he was dying, like all the people we've seen in The Walking Dead, like Carl. Did Andrea look like she was, dying? One of the earlier characters from season 1, when he gets bit and everyone's just watching him, like, we see his whole transition and everything. I guess I didn't really do that with his character, but I don't know the actual time when he died. It was probably like a few hours later, after he helped Morgan get the bullet out and everything, patched him up. But yeah, this character, he just really cared about getting his family away from Virginia, and then got help from Morgan, because his wife was pregnant, but he couldn't really get back because there were so many walkers. I was thinking, like, maybe he could still get back by maybe, putting walker guts all over himself, but I don't know if that would have worked. But they basically end up killing all the walkers, which is like getting to a point where I was thinking, like, is Morgan trying to kill himself? Like, calling the walkers over? Because the original plan was to, for Morgan to take the medicine to his wife, like, was it Rachel? Yeah, I think it was Rachel. And then he goes a longer path, but it would have took him like a few days. But if you think about it, since he got bit, he would have died. Yeah. So it's like he knew he wasn't going to make it back. That's why he probably was making sure he guarded Morgan, because he knew he was going to die. Yeah. Because he did say, like, he did get bit early on before he met Morgan anyway. It wasn't in that scene where they was fighting all those walkers, which I was thinking, like, he was going to get bit in that scene. But I think he revealed that it was before he met Morgan. Yeah. Which was sad. Like, yeah, that was a sad scene. Because I was worried for Morgan, like, the whole episode, if he's even going to make it out. But then, thanks to Isaac, like, Morgan lives, and he's able to save his wife before he dies. So, man, he's definitely on the level of Carl with Carl's final moments, everything that he did, and writing those letters, spending those final moments with Judith. Yeah, and then this guy like giving Morgan motivation and saving his wife, making sure his baby's born. Yeah, he did a lot in his final moments. Damn, one of the best people to do a lot in their final moments before they die from the walkabout. So I definitely have to respect him for that. Yeah, he was a good one episode character for Fear. Probably the best. So yeah, The Walking Dead has Eastman, and Fear the Walking Dead has Isaac. Cool. So this is the hunter that was after Morgan for the whole episode. And yeah, he's a really good tracker. And also, what's the main reason why he even killed that guy at the beginning, really? Because he even lets him eat his beans. Well, the rotten beans or something. But yeah, the obviously showed that he's a bad guy, and Virginia is telling this guy to hunt after Morgan, and the way how he delivers the people that he's taken care of, like what he's been told to kill. So probably say like if someone like leaves or abandons Virginia's place, he like this is probably the guy who hunts after him, or if they're like a threat or something like that. He basically chops their head off with that axe, so he's like an executioner basically, and then he puts it in the box, so it's like a gift wrapped present for Virginia to show that he's got the job done. I just wonder how he gets rewarded as well. But yeah, this is one person he shouldn't have messed with, because Morgan, like we know who Morgan is, like we know what he can do. Like when he goes into clear mode, But man, there's been many times where it's like he was gonna take out Morgan, damn. Especially when he finds Morgan, because Isaac, like I didn't know what to think of Isaac when I first met him, because is he really someone who can trust, even after he revealed who he really was? Like, yeah, like can we still trust him? Yeah, but yeah, this guy, like he was a very smart character. Just being able to know when people are lying, like because he knew that Isaac was lying, and he found out where Morgan's hiding place was, the one that he built, what was going to be for that person who saved Morgan, but he brings it down with his truck. And that dog, like it probably could somehow sniff him. Like that dog, that's probably helped him the most, because it wasn't just his brains and just knowing people, it was the dog, like having a dog like that. It might be better than Dell's dog in a way. Because the way how it was able to find people. I'm surprised Dell's dog couldn't find the Whisperers, but I guess if they had this dog in The Walking Dead, man, the Whisperers wouldn't be able to hide. But it would still need to be careful around actual walkers though. Yeah. But yeah, he was definitely a cool character. And it would be cool if we got to see more, more from this character, but by the time we get to the end, they kill him off. He gets fatalityed. Alright, so we finally get to the showdown part between the hunter and Morgan. Oh my god, like I said, there were so many moments where I thought Morgan was gonna die, but he was gonna die for a reason, by saving these guys, and when it looked like he was, willing to accept his fate to, protect these people. Because earlier on, Isaac was pretending that he didn't know who Morgan was, because, this guy, showed him a picture and he said he didn't know him. And then when he, takes down the tower, like, and sees Morgan there, like, he basically lied to him. So it seems like he has a kind of a code where if you lie to him and then, like, you make another deal with the person who, he was protecting, like, yeah, I couldn't really see him letting him off. Like, even if Morgan let himself get killed by this guy, like, I still think he would have killed the husband. But the husband would have been, I don't know if he would have hurt, like, Rachel and the baby, like, I don't know, but I don't think Morgan should have trusted him. But it's thanks to Isaac attacking him, like, yeah. Morgan, just goes into clear mode, basically. Oh my god, that scene when they're killing the walkers, like, oh my god, that was so good. It made me happy that, I didn't see anything Walking Dead related for so long, and just seeing all them walkers getting killed, like, that was a great moment. And man, this is like is this possibly the final time we get to see Morgan use the staff, because it breaks again when he's fighting the hunter. And after he defeats the hunter in a brutal way with his own weapon, he basically chops his head off. What the hunter was going to do to Morgan. Yeah, I just knew where that was going. Like Morgan was going to put his head in the box and then deliver it to Virginia, which she got happy that Morgan's dead, and then she opens it and she just starts laughing, and then she knows that. Well, we'll talk about that part afterwards, but yeah. But after the fight, Morgan passes out, and then that's when Isaac takes out the bullet and everything, and then probably says goodbye to, well, he gets to see his baby get born, says goodbye to Rachel and his daughter, and he actually calls his daughter Morgan, which I kind of laughed at that scene. Yeah, it was like I was kind of laughing and then like sad at the same time. Since Isaac died. Rest in peace, bro. He was a good guy. I wasn't sure like to trust him for the whole episode, but yeah, he was a good guy in the end. So yeah, in the end, he basically is able to talk to Virginia, because he's basically just because Virginia knows he's there, like especially when she sees the hunter's head in the box, like so she tries to talk to Morgan, and then like he doesn't really say anything. And Virginia says like if he tries anything at all, he's gonna hurt his friends one by one. And then Morgan says, "Morgan is dead. You're dealing with someone else now." It's just the way how he said it, like it was cool, and it kind of goes with the slogan, I guess. I just can't remember how you say it exactly, because I think how I said it earlier one isn't right, but yeah. But man, such a great episode. I just wonder, but man, just when we actually do get to that point where we see Virginia die, it's just gonna be so satisfying. I just wonder how they're actually gonna get to that point, and there's also these new characters at the end as well. Like, I wonder what they're gonna do with them. Which, yeah, like one of these new characters who are like spraying something. The end is the beginning or something. I don't know what it said. And then like a walker comes up to one of these characters, and then he just, which is a very unique kill, I guess, since I've never seen it in The Walking Dead before. But he basically kills a walker with a spray can. That just made me laugh. Yeah. Yeah, I do like the direction they're going in with Fear at this point now, because it just at first it felt like another Walking Dead, but not as good, and I didn't care about the characters as much. And then when I was starting to give up on the show, yeah, they brought in the Walking Dead characters, and then that's when I watched season 3, and I enjoyed season 3, but they killed off a lot of characters in season 3, man. So if they didn't bring in Morgan and these two new characters, Al and John, like, cause Al and John, like, John mostly, like, I love John. Yeah, because if anything ever happened to Morgan, at least we'd have John. But at this point, I just don't want to see Morgan die. I'd rather them end the show than kill off Morgan. I just feel like in the future, it is gonna get to that point. And there was a time where I just felt like Morgan should have just stayed in The Walking Dead and maybe got Carl's death instead. But from what they've done with him in the show so far, and the time he's had with Alicia as well, a little bit with Nick, but just imagine if they kept Nick alive, man. They're still doing really good stuff with Morgan in this show. It kind of became Morgan and Friends at a certain point, especially in season 5. But yeah, it definitely made the right choice. And having Dwight now, and also getting to see Dwight and Sherry together. There's still one more question. Who is the person who saved Morgan? Because I'm still not sure. Because at first I just said it's Sherry, and then there's some people on the internet who are saying like Dwayne's still alive. I've heard that since season 9. Was it season 8 or 9? I can't remember when. Definitely before season 10, especially before I've seen that guy with those weapons, and just the way how he fought. Like, people just said either Morgan or Morgan's son, Dwayne. I'd be shocked if it's Dwayne, but it actually doesn't feel weird to say that, because we did get to see Morales again. If people just troll him with Morales. Oh my god. They troll so much with Morales. When I was watching Trevscan 2, and just throughout the years, people just saying how Morales is still alive. and bring back Morales, and then they finally do it. And then they just kill him off in like 2 episodes. Yeah. Yeah. It could happen. But right now, I'm just gonna say Sherry. But if it is doing like Morgan's son, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. But in a way, I would, because wow, being dead all this time, I can't imagine what Morgan, man. You know, because it's a lot of what Morgan's gone through in, you know, in his mind is mostly from what happened to his son, like, and he said something about seeing red, but I just don't know how they'd execute it at this point. Yeah, that's just the thing. They would have to explain it very well. I don't know. I just can't imagine how Morgan would react to seeing his son alive. But yeah, we can talk about that more in another video, since I'm actually going to start doing Fear the Walking Dead videos now, since the show's actually good right now. But that's the thing, like, since season 4 with these new showrunners, the first half of season 4 was good. I didn't really like the ending of the first half, but overall it was still good. And then the season 5, like, I enjoyed the first half, and then going into the second half it just became boring. And I didn't like how it ended with what they did to Morgan, and it seems like the first half is going to be good again, but even better. They can't really make up their mind. Like, they need to get the second half right this time. They just can't mess up the story again. It's like, either get both halves right, or just shorten the season so we just have a better story and less fans hating on the show. Yeah, that's what they have to do if they just can't get the second half right this time. We'll just see where the story goes anyway, and who these new characters are, which I'm going to talk about now. We definitely need to talk about this before I end the video, like what this actually means, because there was, like I said, there was these 2 guys who were there, and they spray something on the boat, I guess, saying the end is the beginning or something like that. And they do say that they're waiting for someone. I just wonder who that could be. Also, I didn't really talk about the dam that much, since that's where Isaac was hiding out with his wife. And it doesn't really, I don't know if it matters, but it's not the same dam, you know, from the end of Fear the Walking Dead season 3, right? I think that's a different dam. Well, that was a different location, so obviously I don't think that's the same dam anyway. Yeah, it's not the same one. I was making that mistake, like thinking like, is that the same dam? But is that even this? Because that was in Mexico, right? So I don't know if that's, yeah. So forget what I was saying about that. But yeah, like basically at the end we see this massive submarine, whatever this could mean. I just wonder who these people are, but they didn't really give much away. Even in the sneak peek, like they seem like they're gonna focus on the other group. You know, the Fear cast and some of the new characters from, you know, came to season 4 and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna get to see what they've been up to. I feel like it's gonna be like season 7 in a way, but maybe done in a way where fans are not bored or just not liking what's happening. We'll just see what they do anyway. But yeah, I just wonder what this means and who they was waiting for. And is it connected to the people who saved Morgan? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Or if I make any more videos about it, you know, I'll just try to get some theories out. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Definitely an amazing episode, 10 out of 10. I even enjoyed it more than, you know, The Walking Dead. What would have been the finale. Yeah, I enjoyed it more than that. And obviously, I enjoyed it more than the second episode of The Walking Dead World Beyond, which was an okay episode. I know a lot of people hate it, but I just found the second episode okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely into Fear again. I just can't believe it. This definitely makes up for not having no more Walking Dead at the moment. Yeah, until 2021. Yeah, I just hope it stays good like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'll have more videos another time. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace. With